Hi everyone, this is Lovelin Johnson, and today we are going to be looking at the law of results from the 16 undeniable laws of communication. What is the law of results? The greatest success in communication is action. We all can think about how many times communication has just fallen flat. We prepare these great presentations with wonderful PowerPoint slides, but when people leave the room, they really don't know what action they need to take. So, how can we make it so clear that action becomes inevitable? One of the greatest communicators I deeply admire is Winston Churchill. On June 4th, 1940, when pretty much most of Europe was under the control of Nazi Germany, it became very clear that France is going to surrender. The Luftwaffe ruled the skies, and Hitler's invasion fleet is 21 miles across the English Channel. They could literally see Hitler's army getting ready to invade England. That's how dark the situation was. During this time, the entire parliament is expecting him to say, "This is a plan for surrender." That's not what Churchill says. He walks into the House of Commons with the following words: "We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the streets. We shall fight in the fields. And we shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender." And after delivering a message like that, what did the British public do? They protected the land. They believed that they are going to defend it no matter what the cost. So the thing that makes Churchill so great is he was able to rally the British public to take action, to be strong and believe that they could defend the land. And no matter what the cost is, they are willing to pay the price. That's the beauty about great communicators. They come, they can deliver this message, and sure enough, the people around them can't help but take action. And they are able to make these people believe in a cause which is so dark, which is so bleak, and yet they are willing to take action. Here's a sobering reality. 67% of executives say that poor communication is the number one barrier for organizational success. So all the people, executives, regular people, pretty much everyone is struggling with the idea of communication and getting others into action. Think about the roles I play. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I am a co-worker, I've got friends, I've got a business that I'm running, and all these things want me to communicate in different ways. And how do I communicate so action happens on the other side? It's not just information that people hear and walk away, but how do they translate my communication into action? Communication without action is just noise, and we don't want that. We want to be great communicators, so it's clear for the other person about the action they need to take. There are 4 principles that the book talks about. Number 1, be committed to action yourself. When you think about communication, you need to live that message. You need credibility. Your words should match the message. Your most effective message is the one you live. I often think of my dad, who would often quote saying, "Who you are, say so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." He's literally saying your actions are louder than your words. So what we are committing to ourselves is very important, because the message that we live is what others are going to see. So we should commit to action ourselves. If I am going to talk about courage and meanwhile I'm constantly living in fear, that message will never take any ground. That message will just fall flat, because my words don't match my life. I'm talking about courage, meanwhile every day I'm living in fear, and my actions are clearly indicating that, and people around me who are hearing my voice would see my life. And when my message comes across about courage, it just falls flat. So be committed to action yourself. Make sure that what you are saying matches how you live yourself. Number 2, reframe the way people think. Often people are unable to take actions because of their own limiting beliefs. They have come to believe certain things, and because of that, they are unable to take action. I've heard people say, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have experience. When they are seeing life through that lens, and if you're asking them to do something challenging, first they should break out of that limiting belief. Otherwise, they will not be able to take action. Identify their limiting beliefs and reframe their thinking. I like how Steve Jobs, when he took over Apple, he spoke to his staff with these following words: we're not going to beat Microsoft. That's not the plan. Our plan is to make Apple great. He completely reframed their thinking. Apple is not doing good, Microsoft is doing very well. So instead of doing this comparison game, he literally changed their frame of thinking. We are going to be great. Forget about Microsoft. We are going to be great. That reframe of thinking continuously kept Apple in the success game for the longest time. And that's what we want for our people. They should believe that they are standing on a higher ground because of the way you have helped them reframe their thinking. Number 3, action brings clarity. Most people want answers before they act, but what they don't realize is they need to take action and then the answers would come. Sure enough, you want some clarity, but if you're waiting for clarity for this perfect moment, you will never be able to take action. Think about me wanting to learn swimming. So I want to learn swimming. What do? Instead of jumping into the water to learn swimming, I take this book and I start reading about swimming. How should the strokes be? What does an Olympic athlete do? And all these details about how swimming should be done. How does one breathe and all that. But it's one thing that I read the book, but would that help me at all? I need to step into the water to realize how water works and how my body feels in the water. And that's when I'm going to learn swimming, by taking action. I can sit and read many books, but I will never become a great swimmer if I don't set foot in the water. That's what I would encourage you to do. Take action. Don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for the complete picture to unfold before you take action. Take action, and then the picture will start unraveling itself and you will see it clearly. Number 4, build bridges of action. There's a fascinating study at Yale University, which was done by Howard Leventhal, a psychologist. He wanted to know what would make people take action. So he decides to send a letter out to the students to get vaccinated for tetanus. One letter is the fear version. It has got graphic photos. It has got detailed description about tetanus. And then the other letter is just information. And he asks them to go get the vaccine. He is thinking that 2 groups are going to act differently. He's expecting a different result. But interestingly enough, only 3% from both groups, the fear-based and information, get the vaccine. He's shocked by it. He didn't expect that kind of result. He did one more study. He added a map to both the letters. What did the map have? The map had the campus and health center circled with hours of operation mentioned there. And he sent it to both groups. You know what the results was? 28% from both the fear-based and information-based went and got the vaccine. He changed it from 3% to 28%. So fear wasn't the factor to get them vaccinated. Information wasn't the factor to get them vaccinated. It's the clear picture of the hours of operation and where this particular health center is got them to get vaccinated. 28% showed up. So when you are communicating, I would encourage you to think about, why are they not taking action? What is it that I'm saying that's so unclear that they are not able to take action? And I would encourage you to look deeper and find ways where you could clearly communicate. Put the map it right in front of the people so they know exactly what to do. And when they start doing, they are going to see a better picture and they are going to keep acting on it. So what would I encourage you to do? Replace abstract goals with concrete next steps. When you are meeting your co-workers, and instead of saying, let's be more data driven in our decision, replace that with this. Before our next strategy meeting, I would encourage all of you to look at the dashboard and come up with 3 data points. And we can discuss that on our Friday meeting. If you have any questions with it, contact Sarah and she would be able to answer your questions. Think how clear that is. We're going to be more data driven in our decisions compared to, I want you to look at the dashboard, come up with the 3 data points, and if you have problems, contact Sarah. It's very clear on what they need to do. Here's another example. Let's improve our collaboration. Instead, you replace it with the following. Starting Monday, we are going to have a stand-up meeting for 15 minutes. We're going to talk about 3 things. What you had worked on yesterday, what you're going to work on today, and what roadblocks do you already see in getting that work done. And I'm going to do my best to help you with removing your roadblocks. Look how clear the message is. It is clear for the person on what you are willing to do and what they have to do and by when the things are expected. So I would encourage you to follow these steps. The greatest success in communication is action. And if people are not acting based on the words that they hear, it's probably that they don't have the clarity that they need to take action. I hope you found this lesson helpful. Next week, we will be looking at a new book on the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I hope to see you there.